نستعين ونستغفر نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثات بدعة كل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. We continue reading and attempting to translate at the same time from Kitab Mukhtasar Minhaj al-Qasidin for Imam al-Maqdisi rahmatullahi alayh. In this chapter under Kitab Riyadat al-Nafs wa Tahdhib al-Khuluq wa Mu'alajat Amrad al-Qulub, chapter concerning working in your soul and discipline your behavior and find remedy for the sickness and the hearts of the hearts. He said you should know that good manner and good behavior is part of the characteristic of all the prophets and messengers, as well as the truthful people. Bad behavior is nothing but a poison that will kill you, which leads the one who acting upon it to the way of the shaitan. It is very necessary for every Muslim that been afflicted with some of this illness and sickness of the hearts to work hard to know the reason and the cause, and to work hard of try to find the remedy and the cure for it. In this chapter we attempt to point some of the illness of the hearts and the way how you can find a remedy for it without going into too much details by the will of Allah. First, let's talk about the virtues of good manner and good behavior. You should know that people had spoke concerning good manner, good behavior, and they focus about the fruits of it, but not the reality of it. Neither they had collected or mentioned all the fruits and the benefits of good behavior. Each scholar recorded whatever he can record in his mind in that time, exposing and searching for the reality of it, to say. Sometimes we talk about good manners and good behavior, and we're talking about good person. That means a person can look handsome from outside and also looks good from the inside. That means the inward and the outward is okay. He looks good and behave good. When we talk about the outward, Abdullah, if you can join the circle, please. When we talk about the outward, we're talking about the appearance of the person. When we talk about characteristic of the person, we're talking about the hidden personality. That because, as you know, that a human being exists or consists of body and soul. A body, you can see it with your eye, with your vision. But the heart and the inward, you can see it with your tuition, or the inward vision. Each one of them has reality. It can be good or it can be bad. But seeing the reality of a person, the inward of the person is more greater than the out of the person. As a result of this, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Sad verse number 71 say, إِنِّي خَالِقٌ بَشَرًا مِنْ طِينٍ. Indeed, I will create a human being from dirt. Then he said in the next verse 72, فَإِذَا سَوَّيْتُهُ وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. But if I finish molding him, shaping him, and after this I breathe into him from my soul. So that means the body of a human being related to dirt, but the soul is related more to heavenly. So any human being is nothing except the inside, which the way how to go about things, easy, without even thinking. So sometimes that you are being created in a way that by your own creation, your own way, by your own nature self, you already have certain good behavior. And this will say that is good manner. And sometimes they have a certain behavior which is not appreciated, and this is what we call it a bad manner. Some people, they claim that exercising yourself and working in your heart is a very hard exercise. And some of them, they imagine that behavior and discipline could not be changed. Same way you could not change the outward, you could not change the inward. If you're black, you're born black, you're going to live black, die black. If you're born, you understand, look like a Spanish, you look like a Spanish, you live as Spanish, you don't look like a Spanish. So you could not do too much about the way, how big is your nose, how short you are, all the things. So some people, they assume that your inside is the same like the outside, which is not true. He say, mannerism, behavior, and discipline, if it doesn't change, so what is the need for sending messengers? But for people be preaching and giving khutbah. How we can say that akhlaq and behavior and discipline of people could not be changed? And you can see a wild animal, it can be trained and became a what you call a hombe, teen, no, but became a leaf, yeah, okay. You can see, you can train the dog to hunt, to catch something for you, but he's not going to eat from it. and you can train the horse to stand in a different way, or by giving a certain signal that he will jump. If things doesn't change, how these animals can be trained and can be disciplined in certain mannerism. So for people who imagine or believe that the inside of a human being could not change, they are wrong. Nevertheless, we are not expecting that the people will kill it in totality or change it in totality. But what we're expecting from the people is to train and to exercise themselves to the best of your ability. As example, if they have strong desires towards something which is haram, that we want them to come to a balanced condition, not to go to the extreme of any way. As for expecting people that in totality they're going to stop eating, or totally going to stop having sex, or that they're going to stop try to work and make money, this is not. If the people stop having desire for the food, they will die. So Allah created in them a means and ways that they will desire the food. If the people stop having intercourse and getting married, there's not going to be any future children. So these things is going to be remaining as a desires in our life. But we don't want to commit adultery or fornicate. Neither we want to go live like a rabbis or whatever you call monks. But we want you to take the middle course, which is what? Fulfill it in halal through marriage. If we requested the people never can get angry, so the person never going to get angry, he could not defend himself or defend his property. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said harsh towards the disbelievers. And the shiddah and harshness doesn't come out of nothing. It have to be some anger that will cause for the person to be harsh and ready to fight. If the people are not going to be getting angry, is not going to be jihad. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran in Surah Al-Imran 134, وَالْقَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ, those who control their anger when they get angry. So Allah didn't ask or expecting from you, you don't get angry at any time. No. Sometime you're going to have to get angry. Sometime you're going to have to be angry and fight. So if we expecting the people by telling them you need to change some of your behavior that they will get rid of it in totality, whatever is wrong or whatever that you call it bad, in no way. Why? Because made the seed there because you're going to need it in certain time. So it have to be. So as a result of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying what? وَالْقَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ, those who control their anger. So they have anger, they can control it, okay, but in certain time they go beyond this anger and they will go even to fight. So Allah did not say those who have no anger. He says those who control their anger. Same thing about the food. If a person stop eating, he will die. He will die. If the people fill their stomach to the top, and they always need and want, and they even get it from the haram. But Allah is saying what? كُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا. Eat and drink, but don't be wasteful. So we're looking for i'tidal. We're looking for to be taking the middle course. We don't want to go to the extreme in anything. Okay? Like some people go to the doctor and make some operation on them, so they are not the same person anymore. He's not a man anymore, or he's not a female anymore, or they are not, you understand, they could not talk anymore, or whatever it is they're doing, okay? No, we need the people to remain people and to be balancing themselves, because they need the things that Allah created in them for a reason, and when the time comes, that you're going to have to use it. As a result of this, a teacher or a person who working on people in cultivation, when he see in some of the students they inclining more towards anger, as example, or lust, so he have to focus in the classes more about discrediting anger and lust. Why? Because those students, they need this kind of medicine. So now the sheikh or the teacher have to show them how serious is the anger and how serious is the lust, and how the shaitan can take them to do something haram that can cause them even to be killed according to Islamic law. And this is what we call the exercise of the soul, or the discipline of the nafs. Being taking the middle course, not to be stingy, not to be spendthrift. You give, you spend, but you don't neglect your family, as example, okay? You have to eat, you have to drink, but don't be wasteful. Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَنفَقُوا لَمْ يُسْرِفُوا وَلَمْ يَقْتُرُوا وَكَانَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ قَوَامًا. Those when they spend, they don't waste, neither they became miser, but they take the middle course between this. This Surah Furqan, verse number 67. You should be aware to be taking the middle course. Sometimes it happens according to your nature, your disposition, the way how Allah created you. How many children been born truthful, kind? And sometimes you can earn it by learning, studying, and discipline. So there is certain characteristic, good characteristic or bad characteristic, you're already born with it. But you're going to have to evaluate yourself and see which one you want to develop it, or that you don't even have it. Okay? And you earn it. How I'm going to earn it? If you have it already, alhamdulillah. Okay? But if you don't have it, you need to read about it. You need to know about the virtues of it. You need to start to give. Even if it's $5, all what you made for the day, you're going to take 50 cents and put it in the charity box. Because you have to impose in yourself certain discipline, certain exercise, so you can implant this good manner in yourself. So you have to earn it. And this is what we call it exercising. Okay? Try to implement or to plant something, to add something to yourself that you don't have it, or it is very weak in you. So a person who wants to be a charitable and he don't have this kind of characteristic, now he have to start to keep giving and giving and giving until it became part of his life. Also the person who wants to be humble, he's arrogant, he doesn't talk to people, and if he talk, understand his nose all the way to the sky. He doesn't sit with the people, things like this. He have to get trained to do this. Okay? He have to study, as example, how Allah orders the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to sit with those people who are poor, but they are Muslims. They're much better than all these kuffar. The kuffar ask Muhammad, they say, oh yeah, we can be Muslim, but we are not going to sit with Bilal and all these poor people, and some of them half naked, they could not even find clothes to cover themselves. We are the leaders of Quraysh. We are the leaders of the tribes. Okay? So how Allah orders the Prophet ﷺ to remain with the poor and the needy people, work with them, because for one reason, they are Muslims. So if somebody have too much arrogance, pride, so he have to learn how to sit with these people, how to eat with them, how to socialize with them, little bit by little bit, until now he will learn how to humble himself or herself. Same way, if a person want to be learn to type, he's not going to sitting, you understand, hoping that one day he's going to be typing. But he has to go to school, he has to take private classes, he has to get a keyboard and they try to memorize the position of the letters, you see, little bit by little bit. In a year or two, this person will be typing, okay? But if he remain like this, he's not going to be known to type. Same person who want to be a scholar or faqih. Nevertheless, you have to understand that these things is not going to happen to you in a day or two, neither in 1 week. A person who wants to do exercise, stretch, expecting that he will grow a couple of inches, is not going to happen. Yes, you're going to keep, you understand, make stretching, lifting up, and doing all this exercise. In 6 months, you will get to see some muscles, okay? Or you can go weight yourself and see how much you gain weight or lost weight. So it takes time, but you have to keep with the exercise. So the same way there is an exercise for typing, for being a carpenter, for being a fireman, there is also exercise that you have to do for the discipline of the soul and implementation of the iman, and have the what you call development of the taqwa, and for you to have cultivation of iman. Nevertheless, never look down upon any kind of obedience. Say, brother, what's? Okay, I want to learn how to read Quran. Okay, come to the class, but he's only teaching the Arabic alphabet. He only give me alif ba ta. But keep with alif ba ta. The next day will be tha and jim and ha. The next day will be kha and dal and zal. After a week, 2 weeks, he knows the Arabic alphabet. You get in the vowel, you get in the elongation. In a year or two, you're reading in Quran. So you could not sit, you did not be expecting this thing going to happen to you in a day or two. Giving up, having short patience is not going to work. Same thing, you go to a training program to be a fireman. You want to be a good Muslim, you want to have a certain discipline, lower your gaze, or you want to have to be a truthful person or a charitable person, you have to start. Doesn't matter. If it's a dime, still. But later on you find yourself putting a quarter. Later on you're going to put $1. Later on you're going to split what's in your bucket and put half of it in the charity box. You may get in a day that you're ready to give what you got. Okay? I say because I'm expecting my check tomorrow, I don't have to keep this $20 in my pocket. Here, brother. You see? But expecting to see a result happen in 2 days is wrong. And also, looking down upon small obedience and ta'ah and good deed is not going to work. It's like a drop of water. Okay, you close the faucet. You turn it tight as much as you can, but still what? Like what you hear outside. You hear this? You hear these drops? Every 2 seconds drop. Put a cup outside. Check it in the morning. The empty cup will be halfway. You see? Now we can make some tea. But if you say, this only drop, I'm going to have some tea. You're never going to have a tea. But leave the cups here until the morning, you're going to have a cup. Half of water. Now you can make a cup of tea. Same thing, the iman. Adds a little bit. Adds a little bit. And one of the things that I request for the brothers in the beginning of the program, make a schedule for yourself with the book of Allah. Even if it's only 1 sheet of the Quran. even one side. Keep with this. Some people have been Muslim for 10 years. If you ask them, say, nah, brother, I'm sorry. I actually tried before, but I went all the way half of the Quran, I stopped. How long ago when you did this? He said, about 6 years ago. So can you try again? And stick with this habit. One page. Okay? In a year and a half, you will finish the Quran. But if you keep saying, oh, I tried and I didn't, it's not. You have to be serious about it. You have to be serious about it. And this little bit will build, inshallah. One other thing you have to know, keeping the good company is one of the things also that will add to your credit for a change in certain behavior. So if you walk with a person that is a charitable, now you're going to try to imitate him. You're going to try to match him in one day. Okay? Because a rub off in you, or however you say it. Okay? So keeping the company of the good people. Okay? Because good behavior or bad behavior is like a thief. And when the thief comes, okay, it doesn't have a chance to say this is value. Okay? Whatever he can reach, he will take it. So, the same thing. Watch for your company. If you have a bad company, it's a brother, he's good, he's not Muslim, he doesn't do anything. The only thing I know about him is only smoking cigarette. But staying with him, okay, you get used to smell the cigarette. After a while, believe it or not, you're going to be smoking cigarette. Say, brother, he's not Muslim, he's good. The only thing is sometimes curse. Guess what? After a little bit, you be cursing. Why? Because keeping the bad company. So also, same time that we talk about, we always try to keep with this little bit of good deeds that we're doing, that we also have to search for people who are good and they keep their company as much as we can, because this also going to be a plus or minus to us. To support what we just said, the Prophet ﷺ said, المرء على دين خليله فلينظر أحدكم من يخالل. A person will be in the religion of his companion. So let each one of you examine and check who you're going to take for your company. Okay? So you're going to be behaving like your best friend that you're always hanging with him, sooner or later. May Allah always keep us in the good company. May Allah help us, inshallah, that we can work in ourselves to try to change what is bad with us, and that we can earn what is good that Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam had recommended and ordered us to do. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم اصبح سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.